Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Faisa and I'm from class F. And I will explain some material related to the use of present perfect with yet, just, and already. Present perfect tense is one of the tense which is a verb used to express that an action or action has started in the past and the past will continue until now or has been complete. The present perfect is formed with the words have and has. In the use of English, we often use simple words, but if a word that looks simple it has a meaning that is cute, often wrong it is used. And this will also trick us if we do an English test such as the TOEFL test. For example, the words that will be discussed in the following discussion are the words yet, just, and already in their use in the present perfect. Number one, yet. The word yet is used to express interrogative sentence, positive sentence, and negative sentence. This word is used when talking about something that is predicate to happen. In the present perfect tense, the word yes is used to make a question for something that has not been done. So, asking if something has been done or not. Then, yet for sentences that are not questions, usually explaining that something has not been done yet. Each word yet is located at the end of the sentence. For example, have you met Jody yet? I haven't visited that gallery yet. Has he arrived yet? They haven't eaten yet. Number two, already. The use of the word already implies that the event has already happened when it was said, only at the time it was not clear what time it was. Placement of the word already is usually in the middle of a sentence. For example, I've already spent my food. The train's already left. Number 3. Just. The word just is just in the present perfect tense for an event that just happened, and this word is also specially used only when using the the present perfect tense. Just has the meaning of what happened a few moments ago. So it can be concluded that events that use the word just mean that it has just passed for a while, not too long ago. In the present perfect, the word just appears between the auxiliary verb have and the past participle. For example, I've just seen Dwi coming out of the classroom. Rena just called. Can you bring him back, please? Have you just taken my book? And then number 4, ever. The adverb ever and never express the idea of unidentified time before no. Have you ever visited Berlin? Ever and never are always placed before the main verb, past participle. Ever is question. For example, have you ever met the Prime Minister? In negative questions, have they ever been to Europe? In negative statements, using the pattern you noting, place ever or nobody, place ever. For example, nobody has ever said that to me before. With the first time. Example, it's the first time that I've ever eaten snails. Number 5, never. Never means at no time before no and it's the same as not ever. I have never visited Berlin. Be careful, you must not use never and next together. For example, I have never been to Italy. Stative verb, stative verb, stative verb can be said as non-action verb, simple but simple part. Stative verbs are verbs that express circumstances or situation or conditions that do not change or even that tend to remain unchanged. Categories of verbs that can be classified as stative verbs are thought and opinions, feeling and emotions, sensory perception, possessions, and size. For example, of thought and opinions. For example, think, guess, consider, reckon, imagine, agree, and the like. For example, static first sentence, I love Mondays. We agree that the product is too expensive. This cheese cake tastes great. I prefer mangoes to orange. Present perfect continuous sentences are used when telling or explaining activity or events that have occurred or started in the past and are still ongoing today. The formula in a positive sentence is subject plus have has plus been plus verb in. I have been leaving her for 2 years. She has been driven for 2 hours. For negative, subject plus have has plus not plus been plus verb in. I have not been leaving her for 2 years. She has not been driven for 2 hours. For interrogative, have, has, plus subject plus been plus verb in. Have I been leaving her for 2 years? Has she been driven for 2 hours? And the last explanations of obligation to state obligation in English, we can use several verbs such as must, have to, and have got to. Example of sentence: you must tell me, you promise, or you have to tell me, you promised. In addition to the above verb, we can also use the word should. The word should is generally used to denote a weak obligation or as an expression of given access. Note, the word must is more commonly used than the word have to in English conversation to show obligation. The word have got to is used generally in spoken English. Example of sentence: I got to go. You have got to do it now. We can use the word have to denote a past or future obligation. And the last, explaining of necessity. This to show need necessity in English, we can add several verbs such as must, have to, have got to, and need to. However, there are a few things to consider when using it. The word have to or need to is usually used when a need requirement exists because of regulatory demands. Example of sentence: you have to wear a uniform in the army. I need to I have to be at work by 8:4 every day. The word must is often used for warning or signs in public place. Public notice signs. Example of sentence: every visitor must report to a reception. Guest must be signed in a and that's all I can say. If there is an incorrect explanation, please forgive me. Thank you.